All right, guys. We playing Elemental Gearbolt Unworked over here on the PlayStation 1s. So, the Unworked means that this is a hack of the game. So some dudes don't like what Working Designs did with the relocalization of this game to America. And this one dude just went and he unworked it, which is a thing with Working Designs. They were some boys that would rebalance and retool games so that they were more digestible for the American audience. And some people don't really like how they were coming at these games, making them hard or making the translations kind of goofy. And
There's no translation. You can't translate between languages. It's really difficult.
No, they translated the game.
No, they didn't.
This is in English. This game's in English. That's the point. This game's in. So there is an English version of this game, but it's notoriously hard. And I remember playing it like a long time ago and not getting past the first level and being like, okay, well, that was that, and just moving on. And then I saw that this Unworking Designs thing came out on or Unworked ROM hack came out on what's that dude's channel? He's always got the little fucking pin with the kitty on the tip, and he's pointing at shit with his kitty pin.
You really are speaking to the wrong audience here. At least, you know what, guys, tell them in the comments because I'm clueless.
Oh my god, I feel bad. I'm blanking on the guy's name that has a YouTube channel. He talks fast, and he's, well... It'll come to me later when nobody cares. But anyways, I'm recording this on my BVM here. Got to play through. Recording came out pretty good.
It's quite lovely.
Here, what's that?
It's quite lovely.
It is female approved, guys. Female approved.
I also like sci-fi movies, so this could be a really great sci-fi movie if I didn't have to play it. I just want to watch.
That's something I want to say about this. Like, watching the cutscenes on this game, I get the impression that there was more meat on the bone here that got trimmed down. Like, the story doesn't make much sense. And I want to tell you boys, you don't need to play this Unworking Design or the Unworked ROM hack. You might as well just play the Japanese version. I actually prefer it after playing through it and getting a no death clear here. The booty, sorry, I got distracted.
From booty.
Yeah, anime booty, sometimes it distracts me. You know, it's like, you know, cat, dog see squirrel, dog, you know, man see booty, man, you know.
You're lucky I'm not offended.
I know, I'm a very lucky man.
Yeah, look, there's tits.
Damn, them tits are pointy. Look at those titties. Well, she got something hooked up to them. I like the art design in this game. I like that Black Angel's my favorite, who is character one. That is the protagonist in the game that we were playing as right now. So game's starting right here. What I was trying to say before I started chasing squirrels. No, it wasn't your fault. This is my fault. I went chasing squirrels.
Okay.
But it feels like there's more story to this game than gets presented. And when you watch the cutscenes in this game, they don't make a whole lot of sense. And I feel like you're actually better off, instead of getting the English version or the unworked version like we're playing here, just play the Japanese version where you can't understand what they're saying because it doesn't make any damn sense anyways.
It's okay.
You might as well just watch the Japanese and make up what they're saying. Sometimes, you know, guys, it's just better not to know.
Well, they don't translate the same. I'm sorry, that's what I was trying to say. When you try to translate the same phrase in two different languages, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. Some people have a hard time, you know, picking up what's getting put down. But I don't think it doesn't matter how good you are at picking up the put down. This don't make sense, guys. I mean, it's some gibberish when you watch the cutscenes. I mean, the art's cool and everything. But hey, I wanted to get into like the mechanics of this game before we start in on all the bullshit. So
what bullshit?
Well, I got a whole list of bullshit right here.
Oh,
but
yeah.
first, let's talk about how this game works. You see the squares, like the green square coming in and surrounding the enemies. That'll happen when an enemy's about to shoot you. So it kind of tells you, you know, your priority of what you need to shoot and not shoot. Another mechanic of this game, you see how it says X5? Every time you hit an enemy, and like basically it's like a chain mechanic, like in a shooting game, where if you hit an enemy without missing, it'll go up X2, X3, X4, and it maxes out at X5, and that gives you the maximum points. And at the end of each level, you can use your points to level up. Like at the top left, you see that our level is 1. And you can level up in this game, which gives you more health, and it makes your weapon do more damage. So in a way, it behooves you to not just shoot randomly around the screen, because then you won't get that multiplier bonus. But you can actually just shoot around the whole screen, and you're still going to get enough points that you can get to a high enough level at the end of the game. At least on this Japanese version.
What's with all the fairies?
So, I don't know. They give you points. On each level, there's, what is that, like 15 fairies that are hidden around the level that you can shoot. They're like in little green things.
You have to shoot the fairies?
Oh, see here? How I shoot the green on the right. If you shoot the green on the right, it gives you max experience. And if you shoot the blue on the left, it will give you max points so that your points go up. You basically have to spend points to get experience in this game. So if you were going for like some sort of a maximum point run, you'd want to keep your experience and level down through the whole game, which is interesting. The game is not hard. I beat it the first night I was playing it on normal difficulty. So it might be worth revisiting and trying to not max out my experience and actually play this game for points. I did really enjoy this game. It is beautiful. The soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a video game.
But why do you have to shoot the fairies?
You're saving the fairies.
So you save them by shooting them?
Yeah, it's a man thing.
I suppose.
You shoot them and you save them.
Is that like a mercy killing?
I'm actually saying it's a man thing because I'm trying to like cop out here because I really don't have an. It's actually a good question. Well, really, like right there, you shot the fairy and you saw the fairy go up.
So basically, it's a mercy killing.
Well,
which is okay.
I don't know if they show them in a cage. No, you don't kill them. Like I think you break them out of the cage. Like they're trapped, and you're helping them escape.
Okay, that's better. I can deal with that.
There really aren't any mechanics to this game, guys. Like, excuse me. You can memorize where the enemies are. There's like 3 different item drops. There's the one that's the fairies that gives you points. There's the other item drop. You shoot it and there's coins. And then you shoot the coins and get points. And there's another item drop where you shoot it and there's a little green elixir. And you shoot that and it gives you health. And yeah, shoot the item drops if you got a chance. And prioritize the elixir with the health. That's more important. Besides that, you're just shooting away. Like on the bottom left, you can see that there's a little triangle and it's hovered on the fire icon. There are 3 different weapons in this game, but only one of them is better than the other 3 in basically every scenario. There's no point to use the other 2 weapons.
So what you're saying is you have no idea what the story is and you're just shooting things.
What I'm saying is if you were to play this game, the crux of the biscuit is you need to shoot the green elixir to get health and just stay on the fire item and you'll be fine.
Story?
Oh, and at the end of each level, max out your health. Shoot the green on the right and max out your experience so that you level up. Like, see, now I'm on level 4 on the top left. and that means I have more health, and that's the blue crystals on the bottom, and I also do more damage. Izzy wants to know the story.
I'm a big story person.
She is a big story person.
Stories. I don't want to tell stories. I want to listen to stories and be entertained.
You know, I feel like you're better off making up your own story, and I'm saying that seriously here. Like I like stories too. I read a lot. I'm into stories. I mean, it's one of the things me and the Islord over here bond on, is we both like books and stories, and
which is he tells them and I listen, which is why we're together, because you should have seen the face I was making when he said make up your own story. I'm like, I don't want to. I want to be entertained.
Well, I'm serious. Like, I'll play the Japanese ROM of this, and when I'm watching them go blah blah blah, I'll kind of make up my own story in my head. But I realize that's not everybody, and you guys probably, I don't know, maybe most people just want this hack, this ROM hack where it translates it to English. I will say that if I hadn't played the Japanese hack, I'd always be, or excuse me, if I've never heard it in English, I'd always be wondering what they were saying. And I would go out there and find the English translation just because I need to know what they're saying. But after hearing what they're saying and it doesn't make any sense, I'm like, well, I might as well just hear the Japanese one and make it up.
Which that's a poor translation, because
I don't think it is. I think the actual
that's the point.
There's just not. It feels like there's scenes missing. It's like this is a PlayStation 1 game, and it was really hard for them to render anime cutscenes. Like, it took a lot of data, a lot of space on the game, and they probably told them, we don't have space to animate all these cutscenes you guys wrote in the story for this, so you need to cut it down. So they probably it feels like there was a cohesive story here that they cut down, and we just didn't get all of it. It'd be interesting to look there. You know, a lot of these video games and movies have like full anime or mangas out there in Japan, and you can go and look them up. It'd be interesting to see if there is one for this game.
Was my point, because I'm like, the Japanese don't do that. They make a story that is consecutive and linear. It's like there is a whole point to all this stuff, and they just to chop it up and throw something out there is not the Japanese
I don't know about that, but I can tell you the Japanese make the best damn video games.
Yeah, that's the point, is because they make a consecutive story. So anyway.
No, they got gameplay down. Well, I don't know. They
like their electronics, robotics, and all that stuff.
See, here again, I maxed out my experience on the green bar. You gotta max out the experience. I'm really pushing that. The cutscenes are cool in this. I mean,
because they don't do anything half-assed. That's my point. So the fact that the story doesn't make sense doesn't make sense.
So the basic story of this game is that it's like post-apocalyptic. There's like countries are having some infighting going on, and like this dude here on the right that dude put his grubby paw on is like trying to do something, I don't know what, that's going to change the whole world, like environmentally.
To me it looks
and
like
then the elemental Gearbolts were like released by the planet, kind of like a Godzilla mode.
No, it looks like big guy wants like skinny guy to go do something, because skinny guy's powerful and's got like the magic and needs to go do some skills, but skinny guy don't want to do it for the reasons that big guy wants him to. I mean, that's what I get from it.
Well, see, there's a problem here with what you're saying.
What?
And that's that you don't know what you're talking about.
No, of course I don't.
And you need a big, strong man to
tell me what to do. Oh my goodness, what would I do without you?
You know, guys,
it's been 10 years of
we've
marriage.
been married for 10 years, and I actually have developed a superpower. You know what? I'm serious here right now. My superpower is when she's sarcastic, I just pretend that it's not sarcasm and she's actually flattering me. And I can do that in my own head. And it just makes life go so much easier.
You should teach all the men that.
It's a knack. It's a superpower. We can't all be superheroes like me. I mean, I'm joking, but I'm serious.
When I tell him I'm lost without him. And
yeah, she's lost. You know what the funny thing is sometimes she's being sarcastic, and then when I run it through my rational male mind, I'm like, she thinks she's being sarcastic, but she really does. You guys,
just a dumb female.
Maybe I should just drop it right there.
What I'd ever do without him. Without this big strong
she don't know what she's talking about.
I absolutely have no idea what I'm talking about.
That's why I made a list for you.
For me?
I made a list for you.
Oh, is this my list?
Yes.
Okay.
This list, we already recorded this once, guys, and it was on this like bullshit microphone I had, and it sounded like ass. And then I'm listening to it, and it sounded so bad, and then I looked at Izzy, and she was like,
what was I like?
She was like, it sounds like ass. And I was like, holy smokes, if Normie says this sounds like ass, we can't do this.
Honey, I ain't never been a normie, and I'm never going to be a normie, so please don't insult me again.
Sorry, she ain't a normie. But I mean, like, she's not like somebody that's like an audiophile.
There we go.
Normie is definitely the wrong word. I apologize for the vocab I made in haste.
That's good.
She'll forgive me. I've done worse, guys. Neck it back, baby. Just neck it back. Good job. Thank you. Oh, this is okay. What I was getting at is that I bought a microphone, like a decent microphone. I'm hoping we're gonna find out on the inner tubes.
It sounded really good during the testing phase.
It's like a real microphone. But now but she's already read all these notes.
I could say something right now, but I'm gonna knock that back too.
Go ahead.
It's a real microphone, and it's really nice and big.
Is this like a dildo or a penis?
Yes.
It's if my penis was that big, guys, I would go to the doctor. This would be an inflamed. This would be like, you'd have a problem if your dick was this big. She would have a problem if you know what? Let's change the subject.
To the list. Apple. I'm not reading this. Again, I said this in the first video. I'm going to say it again. I'm not saying
You can't say that?
No. I'd rather say the vulgar version of what you have written here.
Can you just read it off? That's all you got to do. You got one job.
Do I have
You're like what's her name? Ivanka Trump on JCPenney's or
what are you
what
talking
is it called?
about?
You don't have to work up to it. The show where they pull the letters down on TV.
That is not Ivanka. That is Vanna White.
Yeah, Vanna White
on Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. Just Wheel of Fortune me. Is it Wheel of Fortune? It's not Wheel of Fortune.
Yes, it's Wheel
Jeopardy.
Of Fortune. No, it's not.
Wheel of Fortune's where they spin the wheel and the old man Bob Barker.
Yeah, and then Vanna White makes.
The other one with the letters.
That's Vanna White, dear.
Hey, obviously we don't watch cable TV.
No, I watch cable TV because I grew up, with grandparents watching cable TV, as well as Vanna White has her own vintage yarn line, which I am a knitter and a crocheter, so I know all about Vanna White. Okay?
You know what, guys? Then fine, you got this. You read the list. You tell them about Elemental Gearbolt. I'm gonna go get a beer. I'm taking my dog with me. Come on, Bodie.
Bodie, stay. Bodie, stay. Stay.
Flex on my dog.
Sit. Good boy. Stay. So what he has written is, Apple is poo-poo pee-pee head. However, I have difficulty saying that, and I would prefer
you totally flexed on my dog, didn't you?
I did. I would prefer to say something far more vulgar.
All right, I'm back.
And he would have probably said something.
Can we just
far
get
more
through
vulgar.
number one?
I already said it. You were gone. He would have said this before he decided to not swear for Lent.
This is what it is. So Apple won't allow you to transfer files over 4 gigs from an iPhone to your Windows PC. So this file was too big on my Apple, because I record these on my Apple. My
It's
iPhone.
A phone,
it's an
but
iPhone.
It's just not a working phone. It can't make calls.
Yeah, I just use it for recording, and it wouldn't go over to my PC because it was too big. Apple makes all of these roadblocks, and then I figured it out. I had to like download iTunes, and then I don't even use iTunes, but it like once you've downloaded iTunes, it will recognize the file on your Windows PC. It's just, dude, Apple. I want to say so. I gave up cursing for Lent, guys, and I'm having a hard time right now talking about Apple without saying Apple can suck a dick, dude.
That is totally.
That's the thing, guys. When you give up bad words, and then you want to say something, and you're just like, Apple's a very bad person. You just do not get the release. Is when you're like, Apple can suck a big fat penis the size of my fucking microphone that I just bought. And I feel better now. I feel so some release, and I'm having a hard time whether I'm going to keep cursing or not. I gave it up for 40 days, Jeebus in the desert and all that, and I wanted to like give something up, like that homeboy gave up like food and water. No, let's not get all religiosity here. Read number 2.
Use points for experience.
Yeah, I talked about
that.
That. When you get to the end of the level, like you see on the top left, I got level 7. That's what's up. Now read number 3.
Japan is blankety blank autistic, in keeping with your not swearing for Lent.
Izzy, she's got a mouth on her, but like she's selective. Like, I wrote down Japan is big dick autistic.
No, and this is a good thing. Jinx, you owe me.
I don't know why I even freaking wrote that. I guess what it is I was trying to say how the Japanese ROM of this game is. You might as well just play the Japanese ROM. You don't need the translation here. Or what's it called? The unworked version.
And why do you have 4 and 5 switched?
I was trying to fuck with you. I made a list for her, guys.
And he loves to trick me and fuck me up, but it doesn't work.
Sometimes it gets her excited, and sometimes it gets her excited in a bad way, and she's pissed off at me.
I just give him the look.
You ever think maybe I just like to fuck with you?
Oh, absolutely. You've been doing that for 10 years.
It's not all about you. Sometimes it's about me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just
absolutely. You need to fuck with shit. I get it.
Well, what's it say? This is about...
Baby, you can fuck me, just don't fuck with me.
Oh my God. Keep it video game. This is it's not a child-friendly channel.
Yeah, so... Exactly.
But it's about video. Guys don't need to be watching this and thinking of, like, keep it video game oriented,
So number 4
talking about politics or Jeebus or nothing.
I can't even read this word.
That's 6. 4 says snack that shit up.
Oh, snack, because apparently I can't spell
so
shit.
No, that's how it's spelled. Snack is spelled weird.
No, I don't know what that is.
So the snack adapter goes onto your Meester.
I don't know what that is.
And so I'm playing this on my Meester.
The Meester.
Yeah, on my Meester. With a PlayStation 1 GunCon. So when I first tried to play this ROM hack, I just plugged my GunCon 2, which is a PlayStation 2 Chingus, into my Meester. And then...
He only says that because of the cat down the street.
Don't be sidetracking me. I'm keeping focus here.
You're trying to drop knowledge and keeping the focus for the boys.
She's supposed to talk about cats and shit. This ain't...
We have a cat down the street.
You start knitting and talking and you think this is some cat channel.
I'm not knitting.
It's a video game channel.
I'm playing with my yarn. We've already established that I'm a cat in the animal kingdom and he's a sloth, so I can't help it. I like yarn.
These guys want to hear about the snack adapter, not about the freaking orange cat down the street.
He's cute.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
he is a cute
snack
cat.
adapter.
So I bought a snack adapter. So I tried playing it with just the GunCon 2, which you can just hook up through the USB port on your Mister, and it just wouldn't register hits. It was terrible. I couldn't play the game. And then I tried playing it on my original PlayStation 1, and my original PlayStation 1 CD drive was going out, and then I had a little tantrum, and I was like, fuck! I had a tantrum, and I'm like, I can't, I want to play this game. How am I can't play a PlayStation 1 Gun Con game. And I looked up how other people were doing it, and they were doing this snack thing. So I went out and bought a bunch of snack adapters, and now you can't buy snack, you have to buy snacks with an X, because that's what they're selling. And China and tariffs and bullshit, and that's all I could get a hold of from like the Mr. Add-ons, I think it is, or I don't know, some website. So I figured like, hey, you know, why they're sending me the adapter for the snacks, just send me a bunch of controller adapters. So I bought a bunch of them for like Genesis and Super Nintendo, and because I have old controllers and stuff. And I will say, like, once I plugged the snack adapter in, it didn't work immediately. Like, you have to go into the options of your PlayStation 1 core and set it to I think I set the PlayStation 1 core up to snack port 1, and then I made sure I plugged my GunCon into port 1, and then you plug the composite video into the back of the snack, and then it worked just like a normal controller. It works perfect. So the snack thing's pretty cool. And then since then, I've been playing the snack with Sega Genesis controllers and Super Nintendo controllers, and it's actually been really cool to use regular controllers on my Mister, which is something I didn't think I'd care about, but it is pretty cool, and technically there's less input lag, but
explain to me why we had to flip 4 and 5, because now we have turn that shit up contrast.
You know, sometimes you just need to do what you're told.
Okay. How do I do that, dear?
Just read number 5.
I did. Turn that shit up contrast.
Oh, this is what's up, guys. So I don't play GunCon games very much, and we're playing this on a CRT, my dudes. Like, you guys know me, I be CRTing. And when you play a GunCon game on a CRT, you have to turn the brightness and contrast way up, or it just will not register the gun. There's like this weird thing, like the farther away you are, the higher the brightness needs to be. The bigger the screen is, the higher the brightness needs to be.
Which gets us to number 7, but we skip number 6.
I'm not done with number 5.
Please continue.
You boys, like, so here's my situation. I'm playing this on a big ass 36-inch Sony Trinitron XBR standard definition CRT, and I got the brightness turned way the fuck up. When I first turned it on and I had my snack adapter, I'm like, snack machine broke, it's not working. But it wasn't. It's just I forgot. When you play these GunCon games on these big ass CRTs, you got to turn the lights off, and you got to turn the brightness on your CRT up, the contrast up, and then it works. And I love playing these on a big ass screen. But I don't know. I think people say it's harder on a big screen. I don't know. I fucking love it. Like, these games are so fun on a big ass CRT, but you do need to turn the lights off. You do need to, like, turn your brightness and contrast up to kind of an ugly level, to where this is not how you'd be watching, like, almost all the way up, guys. Like,
which brings us again to number 7.
All right, you can go over my helmet now.
Thank you. I like them big, big, big.
Oh my God, did I write that?
You did.
Why do you guys say it like that?
How would you like?
Oh, you getting your go at me right now.
You did write it down.
I served it up to her, guys.
You did. You served it up so nicely, and I hit it out of the ballpark.
I don't.
Oh. He flipped the page over and forgot what he wrote on the back.
I was doodling on the back of this page.
That's not a doodle. That was an intentional.
Let's talk about big.
Big what?
This isn't any better. I don't even know why 7 is I like them big, big, big. I think that was.
Yes, dear. What did you like?
I
About
think
big.
that was me talking about how I like big CRTs for playing shooting games.
At
Like
least it's not big women. I mean,
No, I don't like fat women.
I have to say, I guess that is what I
mean,
thought then.
If
Good.
they're like, I'm working with them, you kind of have to like them to get along with them. But
That's different. We're not talking about that. We're talking about sexual attraction.
no, I ain't down for that. Yeah,
I weigh less than him.
I ain't a chubby
That's all
chaser.
but
it's like as far as screens, guys, I can't play games on a portable. I bought like this little handheld portable,
God forbid,
like
See,
video
that's what
game
that was
system
for. That's what that
and I
was
was at a job where I was like chilling a lot, and I bought this little handheld gaming system, and I just could not play games on it at work because I just hate I hate working, but also I just
Who likes working? Seriously.
no, I mean, there's like rich or like really like, well, doctors like it because
No,
I
they
work with
don't.
doctors at work. No, they love it.
No,
when doctors
they
go
don't.
to work, everybody kisses their ass.
That's because
So they like
have-
going to work because when they go there, everybody just acts like they're God's gift. I think it fucks up their heads. Like
That's
some of
because
them
they
get
have a God
weird.
complex in general. So
No, they
therefore,
get it. They get it. Like, because look, I'm a badass, and I know, like if I'd have gone to college and like been a doctor when I got out, and everybody treated me like a badass instead of my wife who like beats me down on a regular basis.
Oh please! Don't
I would
pretend like you
think
don't like it.
I would think like I was a special person, and you get that talking to these doctors, like they think they're special. But like I know I'm not because my wife keeps me in check on a
keep you
regular
humble.
basis. It's actually a good thing. And some of these guys,
God forbid you became a
that's
doctor.
why they like going to work because they go there and it's like a special place where they're like a special person.
Well, does it mean that their wives beat them down then?
Probably. I doubt their wives treat them like the nurses do at work, where they like grovel in front of them.
That's usually a thing, though. Doctors marry nurses.
Yeah,
Maybe
because they
not.
grovel in front of them.
Right.
And then they go home. I don't want to talk about doctors anymore.
More
I want to
problem.
talk about.
We skipped 6.
Oh yeah, sounds good. Yeah,
6.5.
I mean, the game sounds like really good. This is one of the best soundtracks in a video game. It's like an orchestral soundtrack. I got to play it for Izzy because she likes.
Orchestral. Not orchestral. Orchestral.
Yeah, she's the freak. She's Karening out on my language right now.
What?
You do pulling a Karen, like you need to use the proper language over here. You're gonna like police my language.
It's not policing. It's just the idea that you need
Now
to
she's
pronounce it
policing me,
correctly.
saying that I was policing her. That's a demonstrative contradiction.
I'm Karening a Carol?
I think we just beat the game. Oh no, it says scene 6. I got somebody else to blow it up.
That's
I mean, this game's a damn good looking game. I think I could get Izzy to play it. This game, guys, this is probably the best shooting, or what would you call it, gun con game, or I don't know what the technical term for these, you know, like the CRT gun con games. It's probably the best one. Another one that's really good, the only other game I think that rivals this is the Battle Clash 2 on the Super Nintendo. But I'd say this one's better. When I play these games, I don't want them to be super difficult. I don't want to have to memorize everything like I'm playing Shinobi or RoboCop Arcade where you're trying to get a 1 credit clear. These games kind of feel like toys because the only button you're using is the trigger button in this game. You just pull the trigger over and over. You don't even need to use the other weapons. So it's not complicated, but it is pretty. It does look good and sound good, and it is fun. Like, I do enjoy them, but I don't want them to be that hard. Like, I don't have a whole lot of desire to play this like from Working Designs on hardest difficulty. So what else we talked about?
We're
What
on
else?
number 8. Best vid O game ever, LG.
What's LG? Oh, light gun. Oh yeah, I guess that's the term I was looking for. This is the light gun game. And yeah, it's pretty much the best light gun game I've ever played. Like I said, Battle Clash is up there. I mean, like Duck Hunt and stuff like that doesn't really even approach how good this game is. I maxed out at level 9 here. This game, you could beat it in a night. I mean, I beat it the first night I played it. But I used continues. And then the second night, I went and looked up, okay, what are the mechanics of this game? Like the money falling right here, and then the elixirs and what do they do? And
I still want the story.
You want to know the story?
Yeah. Look, I've studied multiple languages.
Look at that dragon. What do you think about that, dude?
I can't get a good look. Is it a wyvern or an actual dragon? Oh no, it's an actual dragon. Okay, but that's not a very Japanese dragon, so that's more of an English
He's got
dragon,
wings on his back.
which is an English dragon.
You think you'd play this with me?
Sure, I'll play it with you.
I got 2 gun cons.
Do we have to kill the dragon?
Yeah, you gotta shoot the dragon.
I don't want to kill the dragon.
We gotta shoot him.
Oh.
I have another game, Panzer Dragoon, where you ride the dragon.
Okay.
But this game, that's the thing. I feel like you can get your wife or your kid to, my daughter likes playing these gun con games or light gun games. There's just they're like a party kind of fun game. They're so simple, right? You just point the gun at the screen and shoot.
If you have good aim.
Compared to what's a Panzer Dragoon. That game's a little more complicated to get my wife to play with me. But this, it's okay, there's a thing on the screen, point your gun at it and shoot. Oh, I will say, when you're playing light gun games, you don't move your arms when you shoot, you just pivot at the wrist. And you don't squint your eye. You look with 2 eyes, and you just have to get kind of good at anticipating, where the enemy's at, and just pivoting at the wrist and shooting at them.
I taught him that. Both eyes open. Always. You can't close one eye and shoot.
Sure, I'll give her that. My memory's not so good. Could be. I will say that there are people that play these gun con games for 1 credit clears and stuff, and they focus on this genre. And I was watching one of them, and he pointed out, he's like, use a small CRT so you don't have to move your hand as much. It's easier on a smaller CRT. And also, he said to not move your arm, but just pivot at the wrist. But I cannot play on a small CRT, like I said. I love playing on big screens. I want to play on my projector.
I was going to ask about that. I'm like, since you like them so big, why haven't you played on the projector? I haven't seen you do that.
That's because these are light gun games, and the technology is built into using CRTs. And I've heard there's a way to get them to work on LCDs and projectors with infrared and stuff. But I haven't gotten into that. I mean, I'm kind of burnt out on trying to get shit to work. I just want to play video games. I'm more of a guy that likes to play games than a guy that likes to screw around with getting games to work. What do you think about that, Izzy? Do you see me spending more time playing games or messing around getting them to work?
Playing games, definitely. But you do your fair share of fixing things.
Yeah, I had to with this. When I sat down to play it, it just wouldn't work on my PlayStation 1 with my original hardware because the disk drive was going out.
That's like me asking you, how much do I actually make things when I knit and crochet versus how much do I detangle yarn?
Yeah.
It's a part of the process.
She's got a whole shed full of yarn that's just this giant hairball in there. If you go in there, there's so much static friction that it just kicks you out of the door and zaps you onto the ground because it's just a giant furball in there. It's dangerous, guys. Like, a woman with a serious yarn addiction is a dangerous woman.
That's right.
Shall not injunct.